Hi everyone, welcome to our 30th upload with our favorite teacher on BSc in their channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about Indian Standard Soil Classification System. So before we go to know about Indian Soil Classification System, we have to know what is the importance of this soil classification system. So firstly, if we see the importance of the soil classification system, so on knowing the classification of the soil, or if you classify the soil into a particular group, it should be accessible for the engineer, or it should be easy for the engineer. On seeing the classification system, one should understand the basic properties. One should understand the behavior of the soil should be analyzed on knowing the classification system. It should be remembered, or it should be understood very easily by knowing the soil classification system, or and also with very simple ease we should be able to predict the behavior of the soil and suitability of the soil for a particular kind of project on basis of the soil classification system. So that is why soil classification system is very much useful in predicting the behavior and predicting the suitability of a particular soil for a particular for a particular project. Now coming to Indian Soil Classification System. Indian Soil Classification System is published in 1959 and later on it was revised in 1970, and mainly this was extracted from Unified Soil Classification System. It was adopted from Unified Soil Classification System. This classification system, whatever it may be, whether it is a Indian Soil Classification System or Unified Soil Classification System, whatever it may be, one has to remember, on completion of classification, on classifying the soil as a particular group, we are going to designate it with some letters. That is what we call prefix and suffix. So based on those two words only, we are going to identify the soil. So before we go to discuss about classification system, how to classify the soil, one has to know about what are the designated prefixes and suffixes for main soil types and subgroups as well in the Indian soil classification system. As per the Indian soil classification system, for example, firstly, main soil types are gravel, sand, silt, clay and organic soil. So gravel is designated as a G, sand is designated as S, silt is designated as M, clay is designated as C, organic soil is designated as O. So these are the main soil types for which the prefixes are G, S, M, C, O. Next, coming to the subgroups, well-graded soils are designated as W, poorly graded as P, silty soils as M, clayey soils as C, low compressible, high compressible and medium compressible soils on basis of the liquid limit values. So low compressible as L, highly compressible as H, medium compressible as I. So these are the basic designations we are going to give on basis of the various conditions we are going to arrive during the process of the classification system. Before we go into classification system, there is another important component one has to know for a better understanding of the soil classification system. So that is what is plasticity chart or A-line classification system. On basis of A-line and on basis of the plasticity values, we are going to classify the soil. That is very important. Why? Because in the further steps, it is going to be more crucial. So firstly, if you see the soil, as I told earlier, soil is categorized into three groups: low compressible, intermediate compressible and highly compressible on basis of the liquid limit value. So if the liquid limit value is less than 35 and less than 35, then it is referred as low compressible. If the liquid limit value is 35 to 50, it is referred as intermediate compressible or medium compressible. And if the liquid limit value is more than 50, it is referred as a highly compressible. So this is one classification. And another one is, if the soil sample what was checked for plasticity index and A line, if we compare that A line is nothing but 0.73 into WL minus 20. WL is the liquid limit. So if, for example, if we take liquid limit value is 40, so A line value is 0.73 into 40 minus 20 means 0.73 into 20, that gives you the A line value. So if that A line value and plasticity index of that soil, if you plot both those two values, if it is above the A line, if the plasticity of that soil here, if the plasticity of the soil is somewhere here above the A line, then that soil comes into CI category. Why? Because it is in between these two. In the intermediate part it has come. So if at all, if the liquid limit value is only 30 and if we are getting above the A line, then it comes into here, that is CL. CL means clay zone, or above the A line is clay and below the A line is silt or organic soil. So we are going to get a clear picture whether it is low compressible, intermediate compressible, high compressible. Similarly, in the above the A line and below the A line, we are going to get whether it is a clay soil or whether it is a silty soil. So this understanding we are going to get with the help of the A line diagram, or with the help of the plasticity chart we call. With the help of this plasticity chart, we are going to get that clarity. This is very useful in every step during the process of classification system. Whether it is a coarse grain soil or whether it is a fine grain soil, in every step this A line classification system and plasticity chart is very useful for further analysis to understand better about the soil. So now coming to the Indian soil classification system, the soil in Indian soil classification system is classified into three main groups. The first one is the highly organic soil. So these highly organic soils are easily predictable with our visible eye. We can see the organic content decomposing in the soil with along with that vegetable matter can be seen and the smell can be felt. So with all these indications, and the color is also going to be changed, which will be in brown color, reddish brown or brown color. So it all the and decomposition is more commonly seen with a bad and pungent smell. So with all this we can identify highly organic soil very easily. Next one is the coarse grained soil and fine grained soil. So this is the three steps. This is the basic classification: highly organic soil, coarse grained soil and fine grained soil. But this coarse grained soil and fine grained soil is classified on basis of the sieve analysis. On basis of the sieve analysis and percentage fines. So if you see coarse grained soils, if the coming to the coarse grained soils, if less than or equal to 50% of the material is passing through 75 microns sieve, then it is referred as a coarse grained soil. Next, fine grained soil, if more than 50%, if more than 50% of the soil is passing through 75 micron sieve. So on basis of the material, percentage of material passing through 75 micron sieve, we are going to classify as fine grained soil and coarse grained soil. If more than 50% of the material is passing, if more than 50% is passing through 75 microns, it clearly says that the particle size is less than 75 microns, which indicates that it is a fine grained soil. And from here, if the material passing through 75 microns is less than 50%, it may be around 20%, 30%, 40%, 45% also. If it is less than 50% material that is passing through 75 microns, remaining fraction is retained on 75 microns, means more fraction is having particle size more than 75 microns. So that is why it is referred as coarse grained soils. So there is further classification of fine grained soils and coarse grained soils. In the next step we are going to discuss in a detailed manner. Firstly we will discuss about coarse grained soils, then we will be going to discuss about fine grained soils. According to coarse grained soils, these coarse grained soils are further divided into two groups. Coarse grained soils are further divided into gravel, another one is sand. Gravel is designated by G, sand is designated by S. So this gravel and sand, how it is classified means on basis of the again sieve analysis only, on basis of the percentage of material retained on 4.75 mm sieve. So if more than 50% of the material is retained on 4.75 mm sieve, then it is referred as gravel. And if less than or equal to 50% of material is retained on 4.75 mm sieve, then it is referred as sand. So this gravel and sand is further classified again to get subgroups also as 3 on basis of again percentage fines available with that. If the material passing through 75 microns, based on the material passing through amount of percentage of material passing through 75 microns, if it is around 5% passing through 75 microns, then one classification, 5 to 12% passing through 75 microns, that is another classification, and more than 12% passing 75 micron sieve out of these gravels. If it is having 5% of material passing through 75 microns, it indicates that very less amount is having fraction less than 75 microns, right? So here again we are going to conduct grain size analysis, GST, grain size distribution curve. We have already discussed about that in the earlier videos. So GSD, on basis of grain size distribution, we can classify it as well graded soil and poorly graded soil. So on basis of the CU and CC values, if you have any doubt you can refer to that video. So here we are classifying as a well graded, and another one is poorly graded. So well graded gravel, GW. Next a poorly graded gravel, GP. So these are the designations of the final level for this gravel which is having 5% passing through 75 microns. Next, coming to the 12%, if more than 12% is passing through 75 microns, it indicates that clay fraction is more in that sample. So clay fraction is more, then again we have to go for plasticity chart and A-line classification. On basis of plasticity chart and A-line classification we have to do, as we are going to divide it as 3 types here on basis of the A-line classification. So one is if it is having on basis of the liquid limit and A-line, if it is below the A-line, then it is silt, right? If it is below the A-line, it is silt, and if it is above the A-line, it is clay. So gravelly silt. Silt is designated as M, right? So from here we can get GM. Here clay will be getting as GC, gravelly silt. So what is this intermediate means? On the A line we will be having a shaded region where in between these values will be there. The percentage, the plasticity value and A line value will be in between that. So here we will be having a dual designation GM, GC. Similarly here also 15 to 12%, which is intermediate value. Here also we will be having dual symbols, which is around which may be around GP, GM like this, or GW, GM like this. We will be having dual symbols for the intermediate range or in between range, which is having a fraction, fine fraction in between 5 to 12%. So this is about gravels. Then coming to the sand. So now coming to sand. Sand is also classified into further groups on basis of the similar procedure. So here one has to remember, sand is classified from the coastline soil as if the percentage passing, if it is less than or equal to 50% passing through 4.75 mm, then it is referred as sand. So first, this sand is also further classified into 3 groups on basis of the percentage passing through 75 microns. 75 microns sieve. If it is less than or equal to 5% fines, if 5% is passing through 75 microns, that is one group. Another one is 5 to 12% passing through 75 micron sieve, and third one is more than 12% passing 75 micron sieve. So again, this less than 5% means the fines content is very less here. So when the fines content is very less, it is further classified on the basis of grain size distribution as 2 groups, well graded and poorly graded. So well graded sand is designated as SW, poorly graded sand is designated as SP. So this is one classification. Next, more than 12%. If the sample is containing more than 12% of fines which is passing through 75 microns, it indicates that it contains some silt and clay. So that is why, again on basis of plasticity chart and A-line classification, we are going to further divide into 3 groups as above A-line, below A-line, above A-line, it is intermediate. Intermediate means on the shaded region. So below A-line means, below A-line is silt. Silt means sand is silt. Yes, yeah. Next, above A-line. Above A-line means clay. clay sand, SC. Next, intermediate range on the shaded region we will be getting SMSC. So this is how we are going to get. Next, in between 5 to 12%, we have to check for both GSD as well as for plasticity chart. We have to check here for this sample. So on analysis, we will be getting a combined dual symbol SPSM. So this is the dual symbol we are going to get for the clay. If for the sample, if it is having a percentage finds in between 5 to 12%. It is passing through 75 microns. So this is about sand. So we have completed coarse grained soil. Coarse grained soil is further divided into gravel and sand. Gravel and sands are further divided into three main categories: well graded, poorly graded. Similarly, another one on base of the plasticity index and GC, what means clay gravel and silty gravel. So that is gravels. And coming to the sand, sands also further divided into well graded sand, poorly graded sand, silty sand, clay sand. So these are the further classifications of coarse grained soil, and these are the final classification denotions or classification symbols what we are going to get after final analysis. So this is about coarse grained soils. We have another major group, that is fine grained soils. So now coming to fine grained soils. So fine grained soils, how we got these fine grained soils? Out of the sample, if more than 50% is passing through 75 microns, if the soil fraction, out of the soil fraction, if more than 50% is passing through 75 microns, just imagine if it is passing through 75 microns, how fine it is. So that is why it is referred as a fine grained soil. So these fine grained soils are further classified on basis of plasticity characteristics. On basis of the plastic nature or plasticity characteristics, we are going to classify it into three groups. First one is highly compressible, medium compressible, third one is low compressible. So we are going to classify that soil as low compressible if the on base of the liquid limit is less than or equal to 35, then it is low compressible. Next, highly compressible, if it is more than 50, if the liquid limit value, WL value is more than 50, then it is referred as highly compressible. Then coming to the medium compressibility, if the WL is in between 35 to 50, then it is referred as highly compressible. So these highly compressible, medium compressible and low compressible soils are further classified on basis of the A line. We all know if the plasticity index of the soil lying above the A line, it is referred as clay. Below A line, it may be silt or it may be organic soil. So these are the two classifications we are having for every group. So highly compressible soils are further classified into two. The soil which is having plasticity index value which is lying above A line. So above A line is clay soil. So above A line is clay. Highly compressible clay means it is designated as CH. Next one, below A line. Below A line is silt or organic soil. So it is further classified into two on basis of the visual inspection of the organic content. If the organic content is present, then it is organic soil. Organic matter is present, then it is called organic soil. Inorganic soil. Inorganic soil means no organic matter is present. So inorganic soil is referred as silt, right? Silt. So that is why inorganic means it will be silt. So MH it is. Organic means OH it is. Organic, highly compressible organic clay. So it is OH. So then there is another intermediate in between these two, that will be combination CHMH or CHOH. So similarly for medium compressibility and low compressibility. So medium compressibility is classified into three. Again, above A line. Above A line means it is clay. Above A line is clay. So medium compressibility means it is I, right? Here it is H, it is I, here it is L. So above A line is clay, right? Clay. So CI is the symbol here. Next, below A line. Below A line, we are having two groups, inorganic, another one is organic. Inorganic means it may be silty soil. So silty soil with intermediate compressibility. So MI is the designation. Organic means organic soil. O is the designation. OI is the designation for organic soil, intermediate, medium compressible organic soil. Next, coming to the low compressible soils. These are also further classified into three groups. First one, above A line. Above A line is clay. So clay with low compressibility. Clay with low compressibility is CL. CL. Next one, below A line. Below A line is further classified into two groups, inorganic, organic. Inorganic means silt. Inorganic means silt, right? So silt is designated as M. Low compressible silt, right? So that is why ML is the symbol. Organic soil. Organic soil means it is designated by O. It is a low compressible group. So OL is the below A line. So these two will be coming here. Next, in between intermediate, which is close to A line. So that is why it is intermediate. It will be having dual symbol CL, ML. Here it is the dual symbol. Here it will be CI, MI is the dual symbol. Here it is CHMH. So this is a further classification of fine grained soils. We have seen about coarse grained soils. In the coarse grained soils, we have seen about gravel and sand. In the fine grained soils, we have seen about highly compressible, medium compressible and low compressible soils. So now we will write all the short forms here, all the fine. So here you can see complete classification notations. So here you can see gravel. Gravel is classified into well-graded gravel, poorly graded gravel, and well-graded gravel is silt, gravelly clay, and these two are intermediate notations. Now similarly here for sand, well-graded sand, poorly graded sand, silty sand, clayey sand, and these two are intermediate classifications. Similarly for fine grained soils, if you see highly compressible silt, highly compressible organic soil, highly compressible clay, and intermediate classification. Similarly for medium compressible silt, medium compressible organic soil, medium compressible clay, and intermediate classification. Similarly for low compressible soils, low compressible silt, low compressible organic soil, low compressible clay, and intermediate classification. So these are the notations what were there for entire soil classifications. On basis of Indian soil classification system, if you classify the soil, that soil has to come in among these notations only. So hope you understand well. Thank you.